Ah, the classic, the potato head. How good is he? Let's pretend you don't know the answer already, because you probably do. He's pretty good. The main reason to play him is he gives you +1 fist, but that's not all. He also soaks some horror and damage, and he also deals 1 damage to something without you even testing for it, but he also annihilates himself when he does that. So I would say, nah, he doesn't actually have that ability. Just pretend it's not there. And he also costs 4 resources, and Guardians are kinda poor. If you want to play both your weapon, which you want to have a weapon, and the beat cob, that costs 8 resources, and your starting amount of resources is 5. So the math ain't really mathing. So you can afford it eventually, but it's a bit problematic and it slows down your setup, so it makes it that much difficult to play other cards. Again, the main reason to play him is he gives you +1 fist and does a roll on banks or somebody else with 4 fist. This is really relevant. A lot of usual suspect enemies have 3 or 4 fist, so you're probably fighting them at 5 if you have like a machete, and then you're like up 1 or up 2, and you're not beating -3 tokens. And in most campaigns, the scenario 1 has about like 2 or 3 -3 tokens, and 16 tokens total, meaning 15-20% of the time you fail in a test if you're up 2. So the beat cop solves those 15%. That's great. That means when you're hitting an enemy who's engaged with your teammate, you're probably hitting an enemy and not the teammate. How relevant is the ability though? I would say basically not relevant at all, because if you use it, then you're probably playing the rest of the scenario without a beat cop, and then yeah, those 15% chance to fail every fighting check, they come back, and they wreck you probably. So yeah, you don't want to use it, and if you have to use it, then probably something went wrong. And a neat way to use it is maybe use it to kill the last enemy of the scenario, but do you really need it? It's just, yay, I killed an. You could just spend an action to do it, and it's fine. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. You're not playing the beat cop for the ability. How relevant is the soak though? I would say actually fairly relevant. A lot of guardians only have 3 head, and more importantly, they don't have good ways to boost it. It's just guts and to take the initiative, the skills. So a lot of the time you're just failing the treachery tests, and you just take in the horror and maybe damage, but probably horror, which is problematic because guardians have low sanity. So yeah, Guardian's game plan is having a bunch of soak to survive this, and Beat Cop is part of their plan. What are alternatives for the Beat Cop? Well, you have Wolf Mask that doesn't take as much resources, which is great, and it solves most of your fighting problems. You can't use it all the time, but it's enough to solve all the difficult enemies, probably. There's also Gretty Wagner that actually has a great ability of getting a couple of clues on like a 4 or 5 shard location, but she's even more expensive, so it's even more difficult to afford her. So a lot of the times you end up just taking the beat cop. There's also Lonely Reader, but you might notice she's not a Guardian card, so you probably don't even have access to her. Also, a way to function without beat cop is just playing as a Guardian who has 5 fist. And a way to function is to just have a truckload of copium and say, nah, I won't draw one of those -3 tokens. And then something might go wrong at some point. So you probably do want to have some way of boosting your fist. So all of that said, power ranking 73.28 out of 100. It's a pretty good card, so you probably run it in most of your Guardian decks. And the fun ranking is, give me a drum roll, fun doesn't matter out of 100, because fun doesn't win scenarios. And not having an ability is pretty boring.